lied. We're not gonna have more karaoke. We're gonna have more Dota though.
No!
That's way better.
The draft! Oh, God! Oh, hey!
All right, so it's Empire. No, it's not Empire. It's not Empire Na'Vi. This is wrong on the screen. But what it is the first showing of Team Secret's new lineup, and they're playing against Vega Squadron. They're going to have a 2-game series. We have seen Vega before. They went 1-1 in 2 series yesterday. So this is their 3rd series so far. But as I said, we have not seen Team Secret yet, so...
the big premiere. This
big
is as hype as we get, Jack. We have a little saying here for their newest member. DreamLeague knows Yapzor as Yappy Hot 4.
Yep.
One of the hottest position 4s in all of Dota 2. The one man that can win any game.
You don't look very impressed, Jack. He was giving you a sales pitch, and you're just like, yeah.
I was just listening closely to the details of this nickname.
Are you not hyped
The
to see
X-Bears.
Yappy Hot 4 in
Yappy.
practice?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's been this player is probably one of the more hyped newer players, I guess, to the competitive scene.
Yeah.
And with Pi's departure to Cloud9, we have a chance for Yapzor to show us
NP.
stuff.
NP, they are not sponsored by Cloud9 yet,
Oh,
right?
no.
Oh, God.
No.
I had to
Finish
go
your
with
thought, sir.
All right. Let's check in for a bit while we get Slacks accustomed to the first pick here. We check in with the War Room.
Yeah, Wind Ranger. Where are we putting that one, Fog?
Sorry.
Put her in the
support.
dumpster, Fogged.
Probably more than likely support. We'll leave it there for now.
See, I would have said
Oh
support,
my
but
God.
I mean that was what Pi would have used to play it.
Yeah, Pi
I
played it.
guess Yap, yeah, because what Yap used to be, he's good on like the clock, the kind of the weird roaming support. So, yeah, much more like the mid one, especially if you're picking it first.
Yeah, if you're picking it so early, I wouldn't expect them to pick it. I mean, they've been saving their big team fight or their big mid laner for last, and I think it just suits for them. I think it really suits Yapzor's kind of play style, that thing, and also we saw EG running it in the support role. I mean, they're obviously going for their own kind of idea right now. And Vega, we saw them take the Warlock. This was banned pretty much all the series first 2. It's been like Warlock Mag taken out of the game, so seeing them grab it up is no surprise.
Yeah, and Jug likely to be safe lane, really. I mean, again, doesn't really feel like the mid one hero.
No.
Right, for Secret again, picking it as you said, saving it to last. So
Safe
Secret
hero.
already kind of showing off the safe lane really with those first 2 picks. Vega, I'm interested to see what sort of response they go for. If they want to go for that kind of combo that we're seeing a lot over the last 2 days between the CISIs, the Slardar Darkseer is still there, but they're actually going to reveal their safe
They take
lane.
the Terrorblade as well. We're
They
seeing a lot of Terrorblade.
I do like that as well. It was Secret. They picked up their Jug early on. TB could definitely have warranted a ban from Secret in the next phase. A hero that is able to stand pretty good against Jug in the late game. That high armor doing absolute wonders for him. So yeah, they're smart moves I think from Vega picking it up this early.
High armor.
Yeah.
Great at taking objectives. Reflection late game versus Juggernaut is very scary for Jug. You actually kind of kill yourself with your own illusion. So it's a really, I think this Vega opener is a lot more standard from what we were seeing in Kiev. This is just like straight up Kiev right here. Warlock, Terrorblade. Secret just has their own different approach right now. We'll see what they want to follow up with it.
There are a couple cores that teams feel very comfortable or safe drafting around early on. Like not too many of them, but I think Terrorblade has quickly become one of them recently. This hero just does so much, both as a laner, both being able to do well in skirmishes, and then just being very hard to fight into later on. With any sort of advantage or having to bring him down, it's just tough to play against. For Secret, they went on a huge streak, a great winning streak, a big run that ultimately ended at Kiev with the loss to SG Esports. But they have a lot of draft versatility from usually, like, you're not really sure how they're going to pick. They usually go support offlaner to open things off, but they could pick just about anything. And we've seen in Kiev, they like to play around mid one quite a bit, offer him a lot of protection, allow him to deal the damage and finish fights, but no telling what direction they could go here. We've also saw MP get a bit more active carries, maybe something like a Lycan or something that would fight well early on. Even like a Phantom Lancer, the other teams haven't really picked up on. We've seen MP, Secret give that to MP rather, so not sure where they're going to go with this draft.
They also seem to normally want to pick, as you mentioned, Kezu's hero fairly early on. He's played a lot of Abaddon, a lot of Enigma, to the point where teams actually started to first ban those 2 heroes, or at least one of those 2 heroes, against Team Secret, and both are still in the pool. It's a bit surprising at that, as when we're into the second part of the picks right now. I mean, in terms of bans, I don't think there's anything really out of the ordinary that we see banned. Maybe the Death Prophet. We did see Vega pick it up yesterday, even though they didn't win.
I think the Bat Rider, right?
The Bat Rider would be the only one unconventional.
I mean, versus the Terrorblade, it kind of makes sense, though. That's one that we've seen. People like to contest the Terrorblade's lane with the Bat a bit.
Oh! A monkey in the trees. I never even knew. Bogd, you're the highest MMR in the room.
Oh.
Answer me. How many times do you see a Wind Ranger or an Earthshaker?
So I think that their approach, I think they may even, this I think is going to be their dual off lane. I think that's, in my opinion, what is a possibility.
Yeah.
I think they have like this very, I think it's still open-ended. I think that's kind of what Secret's going for. You don't really know.
That's very old school.
It is very old school, but it's got that like spam potential to just like really hurt the Terrorblade's farm. Terrorblade is a very squishy hero. You get hit by a fissure or a power shot. If you don't have a lot of consumables, you can really get punished a lot from that. I think it's still open though. I think that's the nice thing that they have here, giving themselves a lot of different options still for Secret.
I mean, I just find it interesting as like trying out old tricks, I guess. Is like if you're brainstorming new strategies, you go back to what people used to do in 2012, well, then that's it. Wind Ranger, Earthshaker, dual off lane. That's what people did all the time.
I think it just gives a lot of versatility because now we don't know. This could still be a YapzOr Earthshaker. This could be a mid Wind Ranger. I think this is just very open-ended. You don't really know where these could go. It's just very hard to kind of predict it. And we do have the Tusk now. I think we saw this one yesterday.
Yep.
I think it's I mean, definitely support. So we'll see win right now. But he could be moving around between the safe lane and the off lane.
Yeah, I think we're going to see Tusk be pretty mobile. I mean, again, we could also see some sort of aggressive dual lane come out from Vega Squadron. I believe it was them that were doing it the other day, where they bring the Warlock down, have him pair up with someone, put some pressure onto the safe lane of the opponent. So again, this kind of trial that we have at the moment certainly could be switched around. It's one of those trials where I think, as you said, you know, both teams have the ability to switch things up, and they're kind of waiting for the end of the draft before they cement their lanes in.
I like the Tusk and the Warlock. Now they have these two kind of like counter initiators in a way. So if the Terrorblade does get stuck in a weird position, he can get snowballed, and then he has a better chance of getting his Sunder off, and it gives him some kind of aggression at least, because right now Warlock TB. Okay, and a Phoenix. They are just completely going outside the box.
So
they're just changing it up a lot.
Yeah, I guess the Phoenix as well. I mean,
that's got to be support.
We need someone with the jug. Yeah. So we'll have the Phoenix there for the moment. But yeah, it's looking at the moment in terms of the core. Would you rather see Kezu playing the Shaker or the Wind Ranger? Do you feel? Because I kind of feel the Kezu Shaker's more, but then again, it's YapzOr.
Then it's YapzOr, but YapzOr plays a lot of different heroes.
Yeah, YapzOr's really flexible. It's interesting. I mean, obviously, Secret with YapzOr in the lineup. It's the first time we're seeing what they're going to do, so it is hard to predict how they're going to play this lineup. But yeah, as you said, this is something that could catch Vega Squadron off guard. There's a lot of different options. Nyx Assassin coming out now for Vega. A good bit of catch against some of these. I mean, it's going to make life a little harder for Shaker to get those initiations, and also the Phoenix as well. Now, he may look to start off the fight swooping in, but that Spike Carapace causing many issues. And yeah, that's our offlaner. So definitely, at the least, we know we're almost certainly looking for those two mid laners to finish it off. I think it is unlikely that Secret put either the Wind Ranger or the Jug in the mid lane, and of course, Vega Squadron themselves still a mid laner down. And we'll just see which heroes both sides target with these final bans. Is there anything that kind of screams to you that's still in the pool that both would love to get their hands on this game?
I think the Shadow Fiend for Secret.
Yeah, Shadow Fiend could be.
Yeah. Just they want a BKB core, something that can stand toe to toe. They already have pretty good team fight. I mean, the Phoenix, Shaker, and Jug, they have good sustain as well. Just a very different kind of approach coming out from Secret.
Yeah. If you're going for a Shadow Fiend mid, doesn't that mean that Tusk is just going to harass mid all the time because you're quite vulnerable for ganks?
It can be, but then your safe lane is a bit susceptible to, like, if they do gotta go.
I mean, Warlock is fine.
Yeah. I think you can still get pressured, though, like, by the Earthshaker Wind Ranger, but I mean, it's not set on Shadow Fiend. I see them ban the Lina now, too, so I feel like that kind of, like, even, like, indicates it a bit more, that they want something along the lines like a TA or a Shadow Fiend. I think both of these could work really well for Secret.
Okay.
I don't think either is set in stone just yet.
I'm a little bit amazed because, well, I guess we have seen so far 4 different teams, or 3 different teams rather, and Team Secret is the first new team, so it's like it's bringing some new input into the meta we've seen so far with the CAS teams. It's a breath of fresh air.
I'm glad to see new heroes. I mean, I love seeing Phoenix.
I love seeing Shaker.
We started seeing Phoenix a lot at the end of the Kiev Major. He wasn't really favored too highly by most teams, and then Grand Finals, we see Phoenix picked like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
Usually
Definitely a big
part of
team
some
fighter.
kind of combination with Tree or ES. And speaking of of seeing breath of fresh air. Secret's always been very versatile with the drafts. We talked about 2012 before. Well, Puppy's had success since 2012 and even before then. And always a very confident drafter in the sense of he's willing to pick just about anything that he has confidence in for his team, not necessarily what's in the meta. I think that flexibility has been rewarded, generally speaking, this patch. If you look at Kiev, there's teams with very different play styles, each of whom have been able to find their own success. So I think that could be a big part of why Secret has done so well in the last few months with this latest patch. They can play a bunch of different styles, and again, some tendencies, they like to protect mid one, but they can do a lot of different heroes to build around in the situation doing that. And often, they look at their opponent's weaknesses and they try to exploit that, it feels like. And not too many teams have that counter-picking draft philosophy, so I think it's been good for them.
Yeah, they come in with their own plan and make it work for them. That's what Dota's all about, after all.
Vega bans the TA, so this is, I mean, obviously G's hero that they're looking at here. And they go back for his Queen of Pain, so he had a very good game yesterday on it. It's
really,
one of his
really nice play yesterday.
One of his signature, his top 3 most played.
Yep. Yeah, the third. Out of the top 3 pros to play Queen of Pain the most, he is the third. Second S4. First place, of course, being Dendy in the world in overall pro matches. Secret, we'll see what they do want to go for. You mentioned the SF. What will be the final pick? What do they want to match up? What do they want to grab mid one? Is actually going to be the PL?
The old school
pick.
This is versus the Queen of Pain. It's a very good matchup versus the PL.
Okay.
It's very specific for that.
There we have it.
And it is going to be the YapzOr Shaker, and it's the Kezu actually playing on the Phoenix.
Ooh,
all right.
Okay, so we are...
big changes.
Gentlemen, you better head back to that casting desk because I believe we are in for quite the great game. Yes, there we are. I got a guy sitting next to me that's just having question marks and disgust all over his face.
This will be the greatest game of Dota I have ever seen if Team Secret wins this game. I have no idea how this draft is viable. They have a Wind Ranger, a PL, and an Earthshaker. If you had to ask me the worst 3 heroes in the world, I would say those. I'm going to watch this game like a hawk. In fact, I'm so excited for Team Secret to win this game that I think they have 0 chance of winning. I will predict them to win. I'm going in. I am flabbergasted at how this could possibly work.
I'm a little confused by your prediction, but
Team
I'm trying to go through what you just described.
Don't worry about it. I want Secret to win so I can be blown
with you.
away.
Let's go against the Oracle. Team Secret.
Let's go.
I think Team Secret has a plan.
What?
I mean, obviously, otherwise you don't pick that.
Okay.
You have to have some kind of theory that you think, like, this is going to work. And I don't see it, but I'm not the cleverest person out there. And maybe Team Secret knows what's happening better than I do. Probably true. So I'm going with them as well. We're going to find out, though, if we can flabbergast Slacks even more. It is time to go back to ODPixel and Fogged.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and indeed, we're ready for the second series of the day. Secret up against Vega Squadron. The jars have been done. The game is beginning. We'll be able to pop ourselves straight in. And the panel, not a lot of faith in Vega Squadron. There they are, right? Secret trying something a bit different, a little bit of fun. We are getting this mid-1 PL, and talk to me a bit more about that. So you were saying, Fogged, kind of an old school, is a bit of a way to deal with a mid-lane quad. It's got its strengths against this, is it?
Yeah, you've got Shadow. You can always remove the Shadow Strike with your Doppel. You've got high base damage. You have decent spam. You're able to CS quite well. It's actually like a slightly favored into the PL because this hero scales very hard into the late game, and Queen of Pain can in a way, but you have to kind of snowball as a Quap. And if you lose your lane, you're more than likely not going to snowball as hard. So it's an interesting approach, and you can tell Secret already had an idea going into this. They have drafted a heavy team fight with the Earthshaker Phoenix to coincide with their Jug PL. It's definitely different, though. It's not something that we've seen pretty much at all, this kind of approach. But you can already tell that Vega now is making adjustments. They TP out, they get some nice wards to get information, and they're actually dodging. They're going for the TB into the top lane, and they're sending the Nyx bottom. So they are definitely afraid of that safe lane getting pressured from this Phoenix Earthshaker kind of duo.
Yeah, we'll see if Secret do react to this and see if they switch it up in return, trying to get that pressure that they were looking for. Up top, again, trying for the shards block. Seeing a lot of time there. Those shards certainly can work both ways, as MP will be pushed away. I mean, even if they did catch in there, it would have been hard to bring down a Jug at this stage. Oh, yeah, MP being backed up by Puppy on this safe lane.
I'm almost wondering if this is actually just Vega wanting to just actually dodge lanes. No, not dodge lanes, just give the Nyx Assassin a better start, because in that off lane, Nyx Assassin versus a Juggernaut, that's not a great matchup. You killed pretty easily, just one like stun, one lockdown, and you can just get spun down pretty easily. So I think they're just trying to get him in a 1v1 matchup versus the Phoenix, and they're actually going to get that, so.
Yeah. Look at that stat. Very interesting as well. Earthshaker and Windranger being paired on the team. 2016, only 3 games. 2015, really the glory days, 66% win rate. So looking back towards that mid lane, a bit of a full man up between the two sides here, as G and Mid1 both bringing each other very, very low. G has got the south, so he'll be back into a good place. Mid1 himself does not have a salve out on him. So G will be able to maintain control of this lane for a little bit, as Mid1 will be forced, by the looks of it, to use the Shrine very early on. We'll also get a salve being sent out to him for future action. But yeah, this top lane, aggression from Vega. Aloha dance on the Terror Blade, of course. So don't worry, stand in, it says, but it is Aloha. And this aggressive tri lane, you're going to see answered by Yapzor coming up as well. So this support duo at the Windranger Earthshaker, do you think it's going to be enough to slow down Vega in this aggressive lane?
I think they can just spam the lanes out constantly and pull the side. The pull is actually still blocked, so that actually kind of hurts Secret a bit. But I think that this is okay. I think I don't really like having Terror Blade in your off lane. I think this is okay for like the first wave, but once meta's down, you're not able to walk up to the creep wave and farm safely. I think that this is going to be Secret winning this one, and for the most part, if they're able to get the side pulls and just maximize an experience. Mid lane though, going pretty damn well for G. Just going for that Scream level 1 build as we saw, instead of, you don't really go the Shadow Strike build versus PL. And you can actually pressure him decently, but now Mid1 is going to be able to sustain himself a little bit better since he has that Sal finished up. So.
Let's see how this one goes out. Mid1 getting low, but at the same time with the Spirit alongside to G. He'll be fine. Grabs himself an illusion. Of course, double null's going to be the build. Up top, Shioma will end up getting the deny there. Was being chased down by the supports of Secret. They won't quite find the kill. Bottom lane, Kezu falling low. Does have the salve. In terms of the both of the solo laners down here, what we're seeing, 8 for 0 on Kezu. And over on the Nyx Assassin, 11 for 1. So slight lead, but it's pretty even down here. Both heroes finding the experience that they need.
Yeah, Kezu going for early boots, just trying to keep the distance from the Nyx Assassin. But every time that you get stunned and you get hit once or twice, you can take a lot of damage because you're a 0 armor hero. So Kezu this is a pretty hard matchup in my opinion, actually, for the Phoenix. You can get a couple CS and stuff like this, but this is 100% Nyx favored. And his starting items were great. He had the double mango. He was prepared for that 1v1 matchup.
Yeah, I do like this build as well for G. You know, talking about the double nulls, as you said already, there's good base damage on the PL. This is going to allow G to have that chance to out CS him.
Yeah,
and have a bit of extra punch.
I think that's actually like the best approach now with the Queen of Pain. People did it a long time ago, and then they kind of stopped for a bit, but I think the nature of this hero is you want to snowball in your lane. Sumail tends to build the Veil every single time in the show, which I personally really like. And yeah, I mean, it lets you just crush your mid lane pretty hard. Mid1 being forced to doppel to remove that Shadow Strike, gets his bottle delivered. But yeah, mid lane, pretty even. 16-5 actually dead even, so. And now Puppy's actually able to find that top ward, so they're going to be able to have their pull open, get themselves some nice money.
CS for the Terror Blade at the moment, certainly looking a lot better than for the Jug. This lane, even though it's not getting kills, in terms of keeping Aloha Dance ahead of MP, it's certainly working out at the moment. Unless they can punish him.
Though.
Good Fisher block, but it's a lot of armor on this TB, even with the disable. I mean, with the Blade Fury, that'll certainly give them a good shot at it. The Shadow Word heal doesn't look like it's not a huge amount of heal, but it's just enough. You know, MP, once the Blade Fury is off, there's just nothing you can do. Poor man's shield, a good, what, about 11 armor I think that TB's got at this stage of the game. You just have to finish him under the cover of magic damage. You can't bring him down with physical.
Yeah, TB's farming very well. Yeah. 23-5 to the 14-4 Jug. Feeling good.
Again. Making a bit of an attempt there with the Fisher
in
block.
some trouble, gets the roll onto the high ground though, but he's still in a bit of a bizarre position. Seder even blasts him. And they actually have to walk the other way, unable to get the kill.
A neat little play. We'll let them know, of course, for sure that there is an observer ward still in the neighborhood there.
Yep.
As Shioma did roll up to the high ground.
Puppy gonna get that side pull. They have to just maximize with this Earthshaker Windranger. These two heroes need their levels.
Yeah, bottom lane Nyx starting to get ahead in the CS. Mid lane.
Mid, pulling a little bit ahead as expected to. You get high base damage. and high armor, so you can't really eat too much harassment. But G finds himself a nice Arcane Rune, which is going to make it a lot more difficult for Midwin to actually stand toe-to-toe to that. G's going to have level 6 soon, too, and that's when your Queen of Pain tends to have kill threshold. Top lane again.
Trying to go for the Fissure block and not quite getting it. Aloha Dance on the good side for himself. It's very hard for them to get this Terrorblade at this stage. You need to look for them coming in some sort of rotation, but I mean, even if you're bringing mid 1 over to this top lane, as Spirit Lance has an extra bit of nuke damage, but Illusions in himself are going to be barely tickling this Terrorblade even at this stage of the game. So the TB certainly will seem to be an issue. You can see why Vega picked it up that early on in the draft. It is a strong hero to be picking out, especially when you see their safe lane secrets being revealed in the first 2 picks.
They might want to go on Kezu down here. He's got the Icarus dive. He's able to get away, though, just fine. The shard's not going to connect. But Afterlife was dropping very low, so Sayoma made the decision. He needs to make that rotation just to be able to secure that Nyx's farm a bit.
That's good. G's planning to do with that 6. He is still hanging around the mid. I mean, could certainly try and outplay mid 1. It is hard with the doppelganger, but a lot of bursts and not a lot of HP on the PL.
I'm still surprised how well the Terrorblade's actually farming. They're not able to push him off the wave. He's 40-10 compared to Jug's 21-4. He's just completely free farming up there.
And MP having a really slow start. And that's with the 2 supports in your lane as well. So a lot of resources were put towards trying to hold onto that lane for the Jug, but it's not working out.
I mean, Earthshaker doesn't contribute a whole lot to the lane, though. True. He's just like a fissure. You can't really walk up and get auto attacks off mid lane.
If Afterlife hits the stun, there should be a dead mid bomb. And there we have it. Jump forward with the burst of Sonic Wave as well to secure the kill. Vega Squadron get themselves first blood. And that's even with the Nyx going a bit greedy there with the Vendetta hit into the stun. Mid one just not quite quick enough with the reflexes, as he just wasn't prepared for that rotation to doppelganger out of it.
Nice first rotation coming out from Vega. Now they're positioning themselves in the top lane with the Nyx Assassin. They send the Warlock bottom to get levels. Puppy's also bottom. This is a very Puppy thing to do. You know, he goes to safe lane when Kezu's going to try making moves around the map.
And bottom lane. Silence now come across to pick up some levels with the rotation of the Nyx Assassin, freeing up this lane to allow Silent to get himself towards the Chaotic Offering. Aloha Dance just about to hit 6 MP. Still struggling up it as Aloha Dance just continues to cut the trees, keep the wave pulled away so the pressure can be put on.
Kezu with the egg.
She might be able to take it down here though. Stun Puppy told him back, and that's the egg pop. Puppy now in a massive amount of trouble as well. Aloha Dance turns up with a reflection, slows him down. The tower hit flies through post wind run. And yeah, Vega Squadron is playing a step ahead of Secret so far. As that was, Kezi just getting too close for comfort there as he's forced to Icarus and then into the Supernova straight under the tower.
Yeah, the egg early on, if you don't have Fire Spirits on people, is very easy to bring down.
It's
2 heroes and it's dead. It's 5 hits.
Yeah.
Very susceptible. It's actually strange to be seeing it in the core position. I don't remember the last time I've actually seen it in a Phoenix core. It's been a very long time.
It's got to be a long, long time. We might be able to get the stats on that. We might be able to get the stats on the last competitive core Phoenix. Yeah,
it's just a hero that he doesn't really benefit from a crazy amount of items. Like, he just benefits from levels. So
yeah,
that's what they're trying to go for here, having him as their. I mean, that's usually the way Secret likes to play, though. They put Kezu on their big team fighter. But definitely not working out for them so far in the laning phase, going about 2,000 gold lead into Vega's favor after the first 9 minutes.
We'll see the courier out. We'll see, well, just completed the treads. As you said, very likely to turn those nulls into the Veil.
He didn't do it yesterday.
Oh, did he not? Did he just...
Yeah, he just went for the treads double null. He just goes to double null to win the laning phase. I think it's a Sumail thing to kind of go for that Veil every single game. He doesn't really have anyone else who benefits it so much from this game. He has like Tusk spells and like Tusk spells and Nyx spells kind of, but you don't have like that big other big team fight spellcaster. Bottom lane now, Secret getting some pressure onto the tower.
Afterlife's making his way back down it. See if they want to kick anything off. They can TP, and if Afterlife finds the setup. Tower slowly but surely falling. Do they want to do anything to stop this? It doesn't look like they will. They will let this one go.
Kezu is pretty susceptible though with any other spell on top of the Nyx, but We'll see if they decide to make any other rotation. They do lose the glyph. Afterlife is still in position. It looks like he wants to do something, but no TPs are going to come follow through, and Mid One claims the tower for himself.
Afterlife just backs away, keeps it safe. Elsewhere, Aloha Dance was able to find the tier 1 in turn top, so they'll get the trade, Vega Squadron. Continuing to keep Aloha Dance and G at the top of the net worth. MP still needing a bit of time and space to catch back up, as he did certainly fall behind in the laning stage. Pressure being put on by Vega Squadron, causing issues for him in the safe lane.
So he is going for the Veil.
Yeah. Okay, this time he's going to go for it.
So this time he is doing it. Yesterday he didn't do it, but this game he's just feeling it's a little bit better of a choice versus the illusions. And I mean, it's a good pickup. It's a nice cheap way to snowball. Gives you good armor versus the Juggernaut and PL.
Yeah, for sure. Extra bit of armor never hurts at this stage of the game. Picks up the 10 strength, extra bit of beef on the Quap.
So now we see the smoke coming up. They've got G with his ulti ready to go.
Oh, they found Mid One as well. This is the perfect pick. If they can hit the tap, this should be a very easy kill for them. And they don't even need the ult. They don't even need the Sonic Wave for G. He holds on to it. Great pickup and great catch. And yeah, it's one of the weaknesses of the PL. It's such a squishy hero at this stage of the game. He just gets blown up, as we saw there, by an off-laner to support that the screen barely needed.
Yeah, great movement so far from Afterlife, and they also had that high ground ward, giving them a bit of information as well going into that. Secret just seems to be backing up into recovery mode, already losing 2 of their towers, the mid and the top tower. And not really having a way to group up, actually, because they don't really have that kind of thing that brings them together, you know? Like, they don't have a big farm like Shadow Fiend or something being able to walk in and force towers. They were able to game one, but...
Yeah, it's who are they looking to fight around? It's the PL isn't really in a position where he's ready to go and join the fray. MP, of course, as well, still not in a place where he wants to turn up to a fight where he's going to have to deal with G and Aloha Dance. You know, this Terrorblade, pretty huge.
Bottom lane, Puppey. They're set up for him. Afterlife's waiting for the power shot. He's going to carapace it. He does.
Very, very nicely done there from the Invis. Outplaying Puppey, picking up a 5th kill. It really is looking like a pretty brutal start for Secret. Vega Squadron out of the lane so far, just having a great old time. And there we have some. So it's actually Puppey's debut on the Wind Ranger. The first time he's played it. 49%, so not really that high on the most unique heroes there, but yeah, picking up something a little different, this Puppey Wind Ranger. So as we could kind of expect, you know, first game with this roster recap saw Secret. It obviously didn't work out at Kiev, so you know things do in their mind probably need to be changed, trying out something a little different. Early on though, it's certainly going for a bit of a rocky patch here in the lanes. Yeah, not to say that it's all over though. Secret definitely have ways of getting themselves back into this one.
It looked like they kind of had like an idea, like a plan going into like the first few picks, and then it looked like they started doing like picking against the certain lanes that they were going up against. And right now, yeah, it's definitely not working. Vega's catching them off guard with the way that they set their lanes up and the way that their movement's been done. Like Afterlife has been everywhere. I mean, he's part of the 4 or the 5 kills that they've had, and he's just constantly on the move, just always looking for opportunities.
This could get messy again. Look at this movement from Vega Squadron. Who are they going to find? They're going to catch Puppey walking up to the high ground. Puppey, he'll be a free pick. And straight up with the stun. Mass TPs will come through. Puppey should tick down into the Shadow and indeed he will. G jumps forward. Kezu, look at the chase now. The Golem will be dropped there. Catching 3 on the back lines. Turns around with the Sonic Wave. Kezu pops the ult, but he didn't get the Spirit Cell, so immediately Vega Squadron take down the Supernova. Yapsu just Echo Slams a solo Golem. 4 are dead on Secret, and Mibwa's just got to get himself out of there. He can't do anything. He runs away, and this, it's just a bit of a mess, Fogged.
It's an absolute disaster. He looked like he tried to get the Fire Spirits onto the Terrorblade and the Nyx. I think he only got it on the Nyx Assassin, so TB actually was able pretty much to just like kill it by himself because he has a Yasha and Treads already, so he actually can. So definitely some miscoordination with their spells. Even though they ported heavy with reactions, Vega was just ready, and I mean, Secret's looking very, very shaky right now.
Yeah, a really nice Golem from Silent. You know, catching 3, that was kind of the point where Secret like, oh dear, and they all kind of just threw ultimates in. Kez was like, I'm going to go Supernova. Yaps was like, I'm going to run away and press Echo Slam on the way out. And it just didn't come together at all for them. As Vega continue to maintain an ever-increasing lead so far coming out of the early stages of this game.
Yeah, Secret's lineup definitely does take some time, though, especially just with their 2 main cores, at least. They have the PL and the Jug, these 2 heroes. They don't really get online after like 1 item. PL does have his Diffusal Blade, so he's going to be able to go for some type of things, but not versus this type of 5-man unit that Vega is running. Juggernaut, kind of same concept, takes a couple items. And then, I mean, like I said, I haven't seen a Phoenix core in a very, very long time, and he is incredibly underfarmed.
And it's still not an easy game. You look at the PL, and as you said, Brown boots into the Diffusal. You're still walking around on 960 HP. And there's a Queen of Pain in the game that's had a very strong start. If you are out of position for just a second, you are going to get blown up very quickly. That's G himself.
Afterlife on the hunt again. MP in a very far position right now. They have the Tusk as well for the cancel.
I think he's trying to join Vega Squadron. He will get his way out of it, though, with the Blade Fury TP. Oh, okay. No, he will not. He's not getting out of there. And his application to Vega has been denied, as they will murder him on their front step.
Yeah, I mean, Seoma with the great positioning, Afterlife as well scouting, but MP is completely by himself, pushing between
That's a very
deep
push,
territory.
Yeah.
They seem very disconnected. Just everybody seems to kind of be doing their own thing on the side of Secret
and that's your position 1 that's trying to catch up.
Yeah.
Not ideal at all for Secret here. 10-0. Mid 1 did get a bit of space up in the top lane. We'll be going for that Diffusal into Aghanim's build. I mean, I get the idea of keeping the brown boots because you're going to eventually get into the boots of travel, but do you not feel that sometimes it's worth to just have the treads? Does it not just speed things up that little bit, or do you understand that keeping it brown?
I mean, because they lost this early game so hard, it's like he's probably thinking like, will treads even help me, right? It's like I've got to be as greedy as possible. We have to try to come back somehow, because I mean this is an absolute clinic right now. It's just Vega dictating the whole pace of the game. It's 10-0. They're making all the moves, claiming all the objectives, getting kills all over the place. G's got Veil. He's on his way toward his Lincolns already, which is going to make him pretty much unkillable. Midas finished up for the Nyx Assassin, already level 11. Terrorblade's got Dragonlance Yasha. Like, they're all extremely happy with what's going on right now. It's almost 7,000 gold lead at already only 17 minutes. Look at the experience as well. 5,000 experience lead for them, too. They've got all the early pressure coming out. And Terrorblade's even going to be going for an S and Y. So he's just looking to just close this game out as fast as possible, because Secret doesn't really have ways to burst him down. Like, looking at their heroes, it's like, okay, he has to be very isolated. He has to get caught by like an Echo Slam Omni Slash. And it's still very difficult.
And they come down bottom looking for G, but G, he's already out of there.
It's a long TP.
Won't find anything with that search. But yeah, as you said, 18 minutes in, having treads, Dragonlance, S and Y. That's a Terrorblade in a very happy place at this early stage of the game.
Solo pushing a tower top, while the rest of his team just looks for opportunities, puts deep wards down. G's pushing out the mid lane solo.
I'll take that as tribute.
Yeah, just all over the place. Vega just seems to be out-strategizing and just outmaneuvering Secret in every way.
Tier 2's been taken down everywhere. They may look towards the mid lane. Puppey will get the shackle off. They're moving on to the Nyx Assassin. Chain stun is there. Can Afterlife get his way out of this? Pops the Spike Carapace, and he moves away. Oh, they Echo Slam again. It's just on to nothing. The Snowball will be there. This time the Supernova is successful. Shoma will get taken down as they're fighting with the Blade Fury, so Secret will get 2 kills this time round.
They have to expend all their ultis, though.
Do Echo Slam, Supernova, and the Omni. Being dropped for it. And it's a support and an offlane at the end of the day. But at least it's something, though. Secret, they needed whatever they could get. Had yet to find a kill 18 minutes in. Now at least they have got a couple. But still, just the lead that both of these cores of Vega Squadron have. G and Aloha Dance still sitting in a perfect place. Silent has been found out of here by Puppey. Look for the chase down. Fisher just on the tip will connect.
TPs are coming in, though, from Vega. This is going to be Puppey going to be brought down here for sure.
They're ready to turn. That's one gone. Mid one. Oh. Okay, not finishing off Puppey. Okay, that Golem will do it. Dropping the Golem straight onto Puppey. Puppey won't running away, but the Snowball chase down will be there. The connection is not going to be made, though. Turns him over the shackle. The Ice Shard do finish Puppey off, but Tusk will give away his life for it.
So gets that solo kill and the experience.
It's true, but a 1-1 trade at this stage, Secret are probably fine with that.
Yep.
It's like, well, this is not nearly as bad for those 0 for 5 trades we had earlier.
Definitely trying to expend as much possible just to get any of these kind of kills. I mean, but that's I don't think Vega's too upset with this, to be honest.
I mean, they're still in the driver's seat this game for sure. Yeah, G had space. He's now going to have a completed Lincoln, so it's going to be very hard to control him in these fights.
Yeah, during all of this, it's just G and Aloha completely free farming the side lanes, pushing it out. Aloha on the Terrorblade, he's going to be finishing up his BKB pretty shortly. He's about halfway there. Taking a look at G, yeah, as you mentioned, he finishes up the Lincolns, level 15 already. He's got that cooldown reduction, the small one, the 12% that he gets. And it's just Secret in recovery mode, just trying to farm up every single hero as much as possible. I'm not really seeing too much of a clear game plan coming from them. It's just everybody, it's like every man for himself. You got to farm up as best as possible. We need Blink on Earthshaker. We want Medallion on our Wind Ranger. We need Manta and stuff on our Jug. And then, yeah, Core Phoenix, Shiva's is like one of the best pickups that you can get, but he's quite a ways away.
And Puppey with that sentry down will spot Afterlife. It's coming into labor. Radiant with the fortification. No kind of pressure going on the towers though, so
slight misclick.
A bit of a BM, you know, the bad man of fortify. Mid lane, Puppey will find the shackle on Silent.
Got him.
Not a lot that he could do other than that though.
Burn that raindrop. Mid one, almost finishing up his Aghanims.
Okay. So
he's gonna at least have that, but looks like G's gonna start itemizing toward that Orchid as we see a lot of Queen of Pains do. So he's gonna actually have pretty good kill potential on if he finds the PL alone or something like that. He doesn't have an Manta style or anything to remove the silence. That being said, though, the Orchid is quite a ways away for G. But he is farming. He's a completely free farm. He's pushing waves out every single time.
Farming very quickly.
Farming jungle as well. Terrorblade too. These two are just completely taking a whole lane over.
Yeah, I mean, Low Odds 220 CS at 22 minutes in. He's hitting the 10 CS a minute very easily. And BKB is only about 700 gold away from him. Afterlife.
Yapsor spotted.
Has found Yapsor, and Yapsor is trapped in the tree line here, and will be a kill that Aloha Dance will claim the bat. Comes in and finds the final swoop. And that will put him very close to that BKB. We're going to see a BKB Terrorblade as well, and that sort of a push is going to be very hard for Secret to stop. I mean, where's your physical damage? And even at that, it's going to be against a TB that has a lot of armor. A lot of their damage Secret relying on the magical to come through. So with a BKB, that Terrorblade is going to be pretty invincible at this stage. Manta will be finished on MP. Him and mid one are slowly closing the gap. But they're still not quite there on par with what Vega have amounted to.
Yeah, very slowly. But still with this, you know, with Core Phoenix, I mean, he's starting to get some items, but I mean, he feels kind of like a support, you know? Even if he was inside of this position as a support, I feel like he'd be having kind of the same impact, so. That laning phase being super rough for Secret, just really making them just feel weird. Like now they're finally starting to kind of like sit behind people at least. You now see Yapsor's probably like, I'm very close to Blink Dagger, and then that's when I feel like I can actually start making moves. We actually have a real initiator, because right now they don't have an initiator. They have like a fissure into a power shot, and then that's it. They don't have a big team, like that big team fight starter. So him having that Blink Dagger could be one of their big things to start actually becoming more of like a team, looking more like in unison. So PL with the Aghanims, able to spam out the waves a little bit with that Lance.
Another tower down though. And Vega Squadron going into the Roshan pit as well by the looks of it.
They've got the Medallion finished up. They're going to smoke the other heroes outside of the pit. They don't really need anyone else but the
Secret are heading over. Have we got the Blink finished on Yapsor? Because that would be crucial for this.
He is not.
He's still not quite there. And a nice little sharp block from Shoma just to keep them away from getting near the pit at all.
He knows they're there now too. His smoke broke.
Silent, good positioning as well outside if they need to drop the golem. And there's going to be actually the jump in with the Omni Slash. Shoma the Slayer falling low, but it's not enough to kill him. The Spike Carapace in turn stunning up MP. They'll jump forward. There's the Chaotic Golem drop down onto Forest Secret, but they've lost the Tusk.
The
Afterlife dropping low. Mid one will jump forward here with the Doppelganger. Looks to finish off the Nyx Assassin. The illusions whittling him down. He'll get back behind the tower.
The Phantom Rush is not enough.
That Spirit Lance will do it. Oh, no, the Blink! Afterlife gets himself back to safety. At the end of the day, you know, Vega, they get themselves Roach the Aegis. It's a 1-for-1 trade, but they're losing a support. They're killing MP.
Again, same issue though. Secret has no real way to start a fight. MP just was like, I'm just gonna go in. I see a Tusk alone. Hopefully I can get a nice Omni Slash on him. It bounces to the Nyx Assassin, and then they get counter turned on. And Kezu doesn't want to commit to just jump in because that's not really what you want. You never want your Phoenix to just like jump in and get like a supernova off. You're not going to get perfect fire spirits off. It's almost impossible. But now they do have the blink on the Earthshaker. Maybe they'll have to be able to do something off of that with a real initiator.
Yeah, they really need to see something big from Yapzor. Certainly put us a good bit of a spanner into the cogs that Vega have got going so far. G very close to having the Orchid complete. And we'll have that Aegis to play with on the Queen of Pain next time they look to push as a team. There we have it.
Very defensive wards coming out from Secret, just very standard river wards. That's about it right now. Yep. Nothing else. I mean, they can't really get on the aggressive at all in this game. They're completely playing defensive. Yapzor getting spotted out by Afterlife. They do know something is up, though.
With G moving forward underneath that Dire Observe ward, yeah, very aware that someone was leading the charge.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that Secret can really do is just farm right now. They don't really want to take a big fight into a Terrorblade with Aegis, and Vega is playing a lot like a team. You know, they're sticking together. They're not really having anybody get caught alone. Silence positioning, I have to say, in this game, compared to yesterday, what I saw from him is already a big improvement because, you know, he's just playing into a new role.
MP's been trapped off here. We'll see if they can find the opportunity to fight. They're trying to close in on this one. Secret.
Kezu gets spotted.
See who's going to make the first jump. It's going to be Secret on the retreat, realizing that immediately this is a bad fight for them to take inside the jungle of Vega Squadron. As they head back up to the high ground, G actually blinks up aggressively. Straight up, Puppey goes for the connection, but the Lincoln Sphere is there to block it. G links back out. The fight's still being broken up.
He's scary big. I mean, with that Orchid finished up, he can get... I mean, if he Orchids the Phoenix, if he Orchids the PL, there's no real way for them to move it. He gets the Orchid on him right here.
Where's your escape? There isn't. There's no manta or anything. Mid one straight down. With the Diffusal and the Aghanims build, no way to protect himself from the silence. And this will be Vega Squadron moving in onto what's their final tier 2 on the side of Secret. And they'll take it with relative ease. And we'll see if they're moving for more. With an Aegis, with PL down for 40 seconds, there's no reason for Vega to stop.
Yeah, they just pop meta. He's got the Hurricane Pike finished on Terrorblade. Still Aegis on G. This is their time to get the pressure. They do get a nice Fissure block, but Aloha's like, oh, all right, well, I can still hit the tower from here. So
Aloha Dance is fine with this. Being buffed up by the Medallion. Silent has a Chaotic Offering available if the fight does kick off. Puppey leads forward, tries for the Shackle, isn't going to connect. Afterlife, running the mana of Puppey. Finally, the fortification will come out, but the tier 3 already taking a huge amount of damage off the back of this Terrorblade push, and finally will fall. Shackle shot again, not latching. Vega Squadron will be forced back, but they find the tower, opening up the map. They can look towards the shrines, keep themselves ahead in net worth. And Secret still struggling to slow down the lead that Vega Squadron have just built up consistently from the starting moments of this game.
Yeah, 15,000 already going into the favor of Vega. 10,000 or 12,000 experience about. Yeah, it's just Secret. I mean, they don't really have any like way to fight. I mean, they're just playing farm game right now. I mean, they want to be able to try to set up something with like the Earthshaker Echo with the Blink Dagger that he was picking up, but Vega's just not giving them the opportunities.
We'll smoke up now.
This is a very tanky Terrorblade.
They may find Aloha Dance.
They have to get everything on top of him because he is still very big.
He's got a BKB. If he's quick with it, but he won't get the chance by the looks of it. Falling down low, they'll get it. Good chain stuns. And Secret find a big pick-off. That pretty much the biggest kill that they could find on the map at the moment. Money goes the way of Puppey. We aren't going to see it go into any of the bank accounts of the cores, but you're not complaining if you're Secret. That's the Terrorblade out on the map for a good minute.
Yeah, good wards that they have placed in their jungle defensively so they can at least watch when that happens. That's a big thing that you want to do when you're behind in a game like this. You want to have wards in your jungle. Ideally, you want to have one maybe in the enemy jungle or at least on like their side of like the river somehow, but it's too difficult for literally them to do that. So they're just going to keep placing very defensive wards so they can try to catch those opportunities. At least they didn't have to expend Echo. They only had to use the Omni Slash there. But
yep, you're right. Echo can certainly still be used if a fight does kick off. We'll see.
Small gain, though. Now they're able to push the side lanes out a bit safer, get a little bit more farm. As you mentioned, Puppey did get that kill, so he's on his way toward that Lotus Orb, which is going to be very important versus those silences.
Oh, it really is. They've got to keep mid one alive. If he's taken out just like that, it's that's 12k net worth of your team that's pretty much useless.
Yeah, mid one's gonna itemize for a Manta style next, of course. I mean, it's like the standard. I mean, I say standard PL. We don't see PL too often, but we do see, you know, the Manta style being a very core item on him. So I like this pick up by Puppey, though. He picks up the gem instead. Just wanted to clear out a bit of that map control.
And Vega will just turn towards the shrine. Shiva's Guard now complete on Kezu, so it's certainly getting the tools together to find the opportunity for some really good team fight. Get the spirits out and get himself that Supernova.
G already finishing up that Maelstrom, so he's already on his way towards scaling super hard into the late game. Seoma gonna get caught up here by the Shackle. He's brought down quite easily by the Chain Disables. So another very defensive ward coming out from Secret, able to scout that out.
And Vega Squadron were heading over, but immediately take the decision not to fight as soon as one of the members is down. Only wanting to fight with full fight. Bottom lane MP will try for the TP out, and he's going to make it. No way to cancel it. Only two that could do that at the moment are what the punch and the golems, and neither in the neighborhood. Of course, with the Tusk out of the map. Silent pushes down the mid lane. Did not have a TP available.
Vega's lost all their vision now. That gem pickup by Puppey really helping. They took out 2 or 3 wards, so they get a little bit of map control onto their side. MP was able to push that bottom lane out quite far, and now back to farming. I mean, that's what they need to do. They have to somehow be able to recover.
Yeah, still both cores 5k behind their respective counterparts on Vega Squadron. Big difference. Diffusal Blade on the Terror Blade. It feels like something that we don't necessarily see all TBs go for. Can you see why I would do so this game?
It's just a good agi stat item. It gives you a big chunk of damage and gives you like some solo kill potential, I guess, in a way. If he gets like the BKB off, he gets the Fusel off, he can pretty much bring down any of the heroes on their side. Any other specific things that I'm looking at? No, not really anything else. Just high agi stat, so he has more like really high attack speed.
Top lane Secret coming in with the pressure. MP being spotted out by Afterlife.
Wow, that was aggressive walking in to just buy your ulti orb like that, but he's able to do it.
See if they can punish it. Afterlife leading forward, but the sentry's down. And straight out with the TP, out goes the Jug. Afterlife seeing he can find for more, catch anything in the tree line, but the rest of Secret are allowed of them. So Secret...
Small little gains, you know? It's baby steps,
baby steps. They're climbing their way back into this. I mean, we can see that on the net worth graph. It's not turned around, but it's stopped. It's starting to flatline. Which, considering the lead that Vega have, it's going to be good news for Secret that they're not losing even more at this stage, as such to say. But they do need a big team fight. And I say a big team fight. They need a couple of big team fights, Secret. They need to find those big combos. The Echo Slams, the Supernovas, they have to come out.
As long as they can defend their high ground, like that's all that matters. That's Dota.
Well, Solar Crest now finished up from Puppey.
Okay, so he doubles back for that one instead of Lotus Orb just yet.
I mean, I guess Lotus Orb would have been nice situationally, but as we keep saying, Solar Crest is just such a good item.
It's a broken item, completely broken item, and they're also going to have the Manta Styles already on the 2 other cores, so and then it's not really his job to remove it off of Kezu. Kezu just has to watch his positioning.
Oh, yeah, Absol, one of the heroes that they are really going to need for this defense.
Oh, he's down for 45. He has no buyback.
That's painful. Straight in onto the bottom racks. You know, Vega Squadron realized this is a great window for them to get in with the siege, and Secret to struggle to defend. Fortification comes out, but the lower dance is not going anywhere. With no Earthshaker, can they honestly try and take a fight here? Puppey will look for the Shackle Shot. Afterlife jumps forward, isn't going to connect the stun, but bottom lane, the melee and the range tracks taken down by Vega Squadron. And that's all it takes, you know, because of the lead they have. Take one pick off, even though it's a support, that's more than enough for Low Hard Dance and the team to close in and clean out of racks. Mid one, looking to lead forward. A Snowball's actually going to come straight in, connects with the stun. The golems drop. They've lost Puppey. They're losing mid one as well as the Sonic Wave flies through. And Secret, they say, well, you've had a couple of racks. We'll give you a couple of kills as well. Handing themselves on a platter to Vega Squadron. A buyback actually coming out as well from mid one. And whereas it seems like we had a bit of a state of the game where Secret has started to stabilize it a bit, then suddenly that sort of irrational play that we saw earlier comes out again. Very, very messy. And Vega Squadron proven to be very, very tight. We saw it yesterday in some of their performances that they really can pull together as a team, and this game is no exception.
Yeah, I mean, we look at Vega's lineup and we look at their heroes and we're like, okay, yeah, this looks like a very almost staple lineup that we've been seeing. Like nothing out of the ordinary, maybe like the Tusk, a little bit strange, but other than that, it's very standard stuff that we've been seeing at Kiev. We look at Secrets and this is like kind of all over the place. You know, we saw a couple PLs, we saw a couple Wind Rangers, and we saw a couple Phoenixes and a couple Earthshakers, but all in one draft, definitely not. And they're getting, I mean, after their really rough laning phase, I mean, still, it's just that they're not able to find any positions to fight. Puppey now gets trapped by the shards a bit. Don't know if they want to go on that, though.
All right, Vega just playing it safe.
It looks like Secret's just playing for, like, they're trying to go for, like, this super late game with their lineup. Kezu's even has a Radiance now into his quick buy as the Phoenix, so he's trying to...
Radiance Firebird. All right.
Trying to do what he can, but yeah, they're just, I mean, they're falling so far behind. It's now almost 20k gold lead. G now has a full Assault Caress finished on him on his way toward his Bloodthorn. He's almost already peaked out.
Yeah, this is a massive core. Yeah, as you said, just with the items that he has. I mean, it's insane that G has been keeping up with his TB. You know, him and Aloha Dance just farming a level ahead of that Secret. There's the jump forward. Afterlife, he's found Puppey. G's there as well with the silence, the snowball, and the control. Bringing Puppey down low. Not quite enough to kill him. Will finally fall as the fatal bond connection brings him out and down. Kezu is focused. He'll pop the supernova, but he didn't get the spirits out. The BKB is there on a low art dance, so he just pummels through the supernova, takes that one out. Yapstor came in, threw down the Echo Slam, but it wasn't enough damage to finish off Afterlife for G. As Secret lose a third, maybe even more. MP will Manta style off the silence, goes for the Blade Fury TP out, and he will make it. Nothing to cancel it. Mid one. Trying to fight into this, but the stun connection is immediate left from Afterlife with the Spike Carapace. Mid one out of mana, a Sonic Wave over the grave as he's already dead. As Secret, again, losing 4. That's going to be mid one down for 90 seconds with his buyback still on cooldown after that play down on the bottom lane. And I think Secret, they're probably just thinking about what they want to change up in game 2 now, Fog.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, this one's pretty clear-cut Vega.
Butterfly complete on a lower dance as well. It's being focused here, but G just jumps in past the back lines, takes down MP on the Juggernaut. And no Jug, no PL for a minute. No hope here for Secret in game 1 as the tier 3's down. A second lane of Rax being exposed. There's only Puppey and Yapsor and Kezu are left, and now Puppey, he's off to join the dead. GG is called. It's all too much for Secret in this game 1 against Vega Squadron. G, the Queen of Pain player. We saw it yesterday, great performance. We saw it again today. Terrorblade as well. We know some of these CIS sides are incredibly strong with it. They know when to pick it. They know its strengths. And maybe you got to kind of question Secret's reveal of picking up the Jug that early on, especially with the Terrorblade still in the pool, because Vega Squadron, they did not hesitate at bringing out the Terrorblade in response, and it worked. Going aggressive, shutting down his farm. MP didn't have a hope.
Yeah, I mean, it was literally Secret just completely on the back foot pretty much from minute 1. Yeah. Vega were the ones dictating the pace the whole game. Secret just has a very, very out of the ordinary draft. You know, with the Phoenix isn't in your core, in your offlane, he's played in 1v1 versus Nyx, and Nyx is overall incredibly good versus Phoenix throughout like all stages of the game. You can Carapace when he's mid-dive. Yeah. I think overall Vega just had a way better lineup, way better draft in general. I think Secret had an idea going into it and maybe got a little bit thrown off by what the heroes that they were playing against.
Absolutely. I don't think there's any doubt about that. Yeah, just great performance for Vega Squadron across the board from start to finish. We'll see what happens though in game 2. Secret will have another chance to try and get $1,000 in the bank, take down Vega Squadron. But at the moment, Vega, they're 1K up. And we'll see how it pans out very shortly. Don't go anywhere as we will be heading to a short break and back to the panel.